Honestly, the beauty standards of today are in the trash. Okay, we pretty much living in a CGI world because everyone is wearing a filter or they have their body manipulated surgically, and it's like, what really is beautiful? Honestly, truly. Hey y'all, I'm Stephanie and this is 20-somethings, where we talk about the highs and the lows of navigating life in your 20s. In this episode, we're going to be talking about 5 things I learned about beauty in my 20s. Trends come and go, but I've been on the journey of staying true to myself because it is in fact a journey. And keeping these 5 thoughts in mind has been really helpful. So let's get into it. So what is beauty? Like, what is the actual definition of beauty? Let me tell you. Beauty is the quality or aggregate of qualities in a person. Am I saying that word right? Aggregate? Hey Siri, say aggregate. You don't understand. See, I ain't saying it right. Aggregate.
Aggregate.
Okay, I said it right. You just don't be understanding. Anyways, beauty is the quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind or the spirit. Hallelujah. The second definition is a particularly graceful, ornamental, or excellent quality. So that's beauty. Something that is beautiful is rooted in the quality that this person, place, or object has. That's still a pretty broad definition though. If you go back to my last episode of 20-somethings where we talked about confidence, the definition of confidence had really concrete words like trust and self-assurance and certainty. The definition of beauty says that it is a quality. There's a million qualities. The quality of what? There's so many qualities to choose from, but I think this is why people say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The qualities that I might consider beautiful are probably different from the qualities that other people think are beautiful. Let's just think about People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. How many of them men are really the sexiest man alive? I mean, like, I've seen finer men on the street, okay? It's real questionable. But the point is, don't let other people define what beauty is to you, or what beautiful is to you, or whether or not you yourself are beautiful. Don't let other people define what beauty is to you, especially when you're referring to yourself. In the last video, I asked you to think about the qualities that made you unique. And those are the same qualities that make you beautiful. So the first thing that I realized about beauty in my 20s is that beauty comes from confidence. And I need more concealer because this is almost completely gone. When you stop caring, other people stop caring. So if you're self-conscious about something or about a quality of yourself, people can tell. You could be the ugliest thing on this planet, but if you got confidence, hey, I'm gonna hype you up. I'm gonna hype you up. Even being confident in your insecurities makes all the difference because you can take ownership of that. So you really have to go back and watch the last video. It's the very first episode of 20-somethings where I broke down the definition of confidence and 4 ways that you can build your own confidence. It'll really make sense if you go back and watch that video. Because when you know yourself and when you love yourself, other people's opinions will not matter. And when you make beauty less about your makeup and your clothes and your style, that really makes all the difference as well. And that again goes back to finding those qualities about yourself that you really, really like. And that really make you stand out from the crowd. Or not even stand out, but just what makes you you. It could be the same quality that someone else has, but you do it different. So yeah, go check out episode 1. The second thing that I realized is that you cannot get caught up in trends. Over the last couple years, I realized that there's a lot of trends that I just cannot get with. 1, because I'm getting older, and 2, because they're just ridiculous. And on top of that, everyone looks the same. Literally, everybody is doing the same thing, got the same makeup, got the same hair, got the same body. Everybody just looking crazy in unison. Being different is okay, and thinking different is okay. And what's ridiculous to me might not be ridiculous to you, and that's fine. If it works for you, it works for you. Going back to the definition of beauty is what you make it. Beauty is the quality that you choose. So don't get so caught up in a trend to the point where you feel like you have to do something to be cool, or you have to do something to fit in, or you have to do something to be beautiful or to be noticed. Find your own personal style and own that. If you like some trends, that's okay. If you don't like some trends, that's okay. But don't be so quick to change your entire lifestyle to fit around a trend. And don't be so quick to empty your bank account either. The next thing that I learned is don't be fooled by social media. I feel like at this point everyone knows that social media is so fake. Everything is photoshopped and filtered and nipped and tucked. But when I was younger, I didn't quite understand that, and I thought that everything that I saw in the magazines and on TV was real, and that was what I aspired to be, what I aspired to look like. And now that I work in film and that I've worked in social media for quite a few years, and I've been to these events and I've been around these influencers, and it's just so crazy how this whole world is curated. People don't look the way they look without a lot of help. And that is personal trainers, that's expensive facials, that is good diets, a chef to cook the proper meals for them every day, that's surgeries, like I said, physical enhancements, just access. All of those things play a huge role in why celebrities look the way that they do. And I'm sure you've seen it. And I think that Glorilla is a perfect example. Not to say that she wasn't beautiful before, but you see how as soon as she got signed, she got her teeth fixed, she got a good makeup artist, she got a good wig, and she got jewelry, she got clothes, she got a good photographer. All those things changed her complete aesthetic. And then she's still her. Like I said, she was beautiful before and she's beautiful now, but you can see how as soon as you get access, your life levels up. So be careful with those filters. You have to really regulate yourself with how often you are using filters. I know people who won't take a single regular photo without opening Instagram or Snapchat so that they can put their favorite filter on. That's really bad. That's really bad. Like, you have to really regulate that. If I'm using a filter that drastically changes my face shape, my nose shape, my mouth shape, I don't want to use it. I don't save it because I don't want to get caught up in seeing myself in a different way. And then when I see myself normally, it's like, who is she? You don't want to get like that. You have to really learn to embrace and love your face. And I feel like social media is making that more and more difficult for people. But you can regulate it. You can use the filters. You can even get the BBL. If you want the BBL, get the BBL. But get it because you want it. Not because you feel like you're pressed to follow a trend or follow society, or you want to feel accepted, loved, appreciated, beautiful, or you want to feel like it makes you more attractive. Don't do that. Do it because you want it, not because society tells you you need it, because you don't. The next thing that I learned about beauty in my 20s is that you have to find what works for you. What looks good on you? What makes you feel good? Now, this might seem contradictory to what I said earlier, but ask your friends and family for their opinions. Obviously, their opinions are not the end-all be-all, but you'll be surprised at how much people who are close to you notice about your personal style. They'll notice what color you naturally gravitate towards, or what style of pants better suit your figure. And they know what best suits your personality from an outside perspective. And of course, they have your best interest at heart. Woo, I am rushing, but the last thing that I want to talk about is your perspective of beauty will change, and that's okay. Just like we were talking earlier about how trends change, your own personal eras will change as well. Between 2017 and 2019, I had my colorful hair era, where I literally have worn every single color hair in the rainbow. I was expressive through my hair. That's how I showed my personality. My hair really was my personality, if I'm being honest. That was my way of letting people know who I was before I even opened my mouth. The pandemic was like a reset for me, because now that, you know, society is readjusted for the most part, I'm still trying to find that old girl who wore her hair in these crazy colors, and she's not there anymore. I found myself relying heavily on the fact that my hair was the conversation starter. And now that I don't have that hair anymore, I'm learning how to navigate social settings and just myself all over again. So even though I'm not against having colored hair at all whatsoever, I'm learning how to incorporate that into my style in different ways as I take a more neutral approach to my hair, and as I grow and as my personal style changes. And it's normal to look back at something that you did in the past and think, what in the world was I thinking? Like, there's some things that I've worn or a hairstyle that I've had that I'm like, girl, what? But that's a part of the journey. As you grow, your style will change, the time that you can dedicate to your style will change, and you might just want to try something different. And that doesn't make you a hypocrite for saying that you hated something last week and now all of a sudden you love it. It's fine. The things that I'm claiming ridiculous today, I might like a few months from now. It's totally fine to reinvent yourself. How would that happen? All right, y'all, I'm running late. Those are the 5 things that I learned about beauty in my 20s. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of 20-somethings. Now I want you to join the conversation. Leave a comment letting me know something that you learned about beauty that changed your perspective of yourself, your perception of yourself. And go over to my TikTok and leave a comment there where I can make a direct video response so that we can have a little combo. All my socials are down below. I will catch you guys in the next episode where we'll be talking about setting boundaries. You don't want to miss it. See you there. Peace and love.